Greetings, mortals. I am Natas, the ruler of the underworld, and today we'll be reacting to the newest chapter of Four Nights of the Apocalypse, chapter 134, titled The Stranger. Okay, this is supposed to refer to the brother because that's the only one I can think of being called the Stranger in this chapter. I mean, it's not like everyone here knows each other that well, but I wouldn't really call the captain who appears at the end of the chapter a stranger, if you know what I mean. Or is that supposed to be referring to Gopher's ability? Because, the guy has a very weird ability. But yeah, anyways, we have the first page where we just have kind of caps like sort of how they're traveling around that spatial portal thing because we see them like we see Anne on Savon as she's holding Donnie by his hand as well as Gopher as we have the brother holding on to Donnie as he's also holding his sister and they're kind of just spacing through it. As then we have them falling from this portal. It's like one of those like portals in the sky type of things where it's like wind surrounding it and you fall to the ground, which in this case is the forest. As we have the people, as we have them screaming, "Da!" As then we have Donnie being stop as he's using his telekinesis to have everyone stop so they don't fall out, take the full force of the fall damage. I guess this is more for his sis. Actually, okay. Aside from I'm pretty sure Gopher can handle it. I'm certain Donnie can, but would Anne be able to handle it? Because she's not like a build fighter. She's more of a elegant strike slicer, or I guess piercer. But regardless, even if I know she'll die from it, but still, I do have to wonder that. But regardless, Donnie stops it so they don't take the full damage. As we have Donnie then saying, "Phew, just barely in time." I guess he was kind of doing it sporadically, but whatever. Then we have Donnie kind of getting everyone to peacefully come down as Donnie's putting a superhero pose as everyone's kind of staying down. As we have the bar checking out his sisters, like, "You're not hurt at all." I mean, you're going to shield her from the fall damage, so she shouldn't be even if Donnie wasn't there. As we have the sister saying, "No, I'm fine." As Donnie's like, "Oh, oh." As Donnie's like, "Man, I'm beat. I'm gonna take a break." Sorry about that. I'm recovering from something. As Anne immediately screams, "Gopher!" And she's like, checking on him as like, "What are we gonna do, Donnie? We didn't bring any medical gear." "Oh, that's stupid, you do. Why the fuck did you bring your medical gear?" I mean, isn't the reason why you split up was because Donnie went to the toilet? So exactly were you not? So there's no reason why you two couldn't bring your medical gear if that it was nothing else. As there we have Anne and Donnie directly calling Nauseons by name as they're like, "If only we had Nauseons here." So yeah, Nauseans is at least very least he's not with them there, but that's like a reason. Then Dungeon, but I think he is. As then we have Donnie immediately be like, "Well, I can't help who's here or not, okay?" So I mean, again, which makes sense. They will respond to this. As they have Anne immediately looking at Donnie, she's all worried, and be like, "But Gopher might die if we don't do something." As then Gopher immediately gets back up and is like, "Not a problem. Losing a limb or two won't kill me or anything." As like, what? As her eyes are popping up because he's like, all right. He even talks and acts like nothing happened, like he didn't just get his limbs cut off. As then we have Abby like, "No way!" As she falls back at Donnie, as Donnie seems to be kind of like, "Seriously? Are you really surprised that 786 would not have a problem with getting cut?" As then we have Gopher looking at his injuries is like, "It's a little annoying, but the Tetas can repair it later. So it's so casual that they can be fixed later." Makes me wonder if this has ever happened before because he seemed pretty confident Tetas can fix it later. I guess maybe it's like one of those things where he knows how skilled Tetas is, so he doesn't need to confirm and he would just assume she can do it. As there we have Anne again freaking out, like, how can you be so calm about losing an arm and a leg? As Gopher's like, as she says, didn't I tell you? People yet? I'm a doll created by the great wizard long ago. Which actually in the story might be the first time that anyone who reads Four Knights of the Apocalypse would learn that Gopher is a doll. I mean, Seven Eye Sins readers and watchers know of it, but I don't think it's been ever explicitly stated that Gopher wasn't a was was a normal human. That this is the first time it's confirmed that he's a doll to them. I guess that's also the reason why. I think some people could probably take this as also confirmation. Makes me kind of wonder: do people who read Four Knights of the Apocalypse were their first thoughts that Gopher was a human as well? Because now that I think about it, only King and Diane would really stand out as inhumans. The others, I think they would. But regardless, Gopher says that it's fine. As if Donnie be like, a doll? As I was like, kind of just like, ah? As then we have Gopher explaining to Donnie and Anne and Savon, as well as the brother and the sister. He tells them, Anne is actually the one who figures it out. Kind of just like, and that's why you made it into Camelot, because she's a doll. Like, he should be able to access it. So this confirms Gopher can access it because he's not Seven Sins. Which now makes you kind of question if Gopher can enter, and Bond is a human, so he should also be able to enter. Why don't they just enter? I know this is supposed to. I know we're kind of hyping Bertolope, but even though Bertolope can't go for, I don't exactly think he alone would really make that big of a difference against Go for actually using his magic and Bond. If you catch my drift. As they have go for it saying, bingo, access is blocked for the other tribes, demons, goddesses, fairies, and giants. So it's only those four from what we learned here. As they have go for being all serious, trying to kind of like, again, redeem the four evils because they were kind of like jokes before Bertolope cut go for his. He's like, but a more pressing concern to us is Arthur's minion, Beltripe, the Green Knight of the Four Evils. If we encounter him again, another escape will be unlikely. So I feel like this is supposed to confirm that Beltripe is stronger than Gopher, but again, it's Gopher. Damaging him, beating him in a straight out fight, I don't think has really been ever that impressive. Like, even Ten Commandments, I feel like if you didn't include Gopher's mental trickery, I think he would have been defeated by quite a few of them in an actual fight. Maybe I'm downscaling Gopher, but I don't think he has like many feats that would really make him that extremely overpowered. So it's like, it's supposed to hype, but hyping Gopher. But again, Gopher is combat wise the weakest of the sins. It's his mental magic that's the issue. So I'm not entirely certain how much of a threat I could. Again, Gopher is not a glass cannon. Against any regular Chaos Knights, he would demolish. If he went up against Dark Talismans in a proper fight 1v1, he would have beaten them no diff. But anyone of significant of any kind of strength, I want to say would lose. Gopher would lose to. I guess it's at least nice that we have some hype for Bertolope, but again, it's kind of difficult to say. Anyways, then we have Donnie gulping because, like, oh my god, this guy's actually a dangerous foe to fight. Like, we do not have a chance against him. Again, Donnie and I feel like would have no chance even against Ironside. It's just that Ironside got his ass royally handed to him by Balan, so he's looked more of a joke now. Well, Beltrope, was able to deal with one of the sins pretty quickly. Again, you're talking the weakest to the second strongest, but still, it's kind of a thing that big feat. Anyways, the brothers also kind of be like, oh shit, we're in trouble. And sister just kind of looks, I think, indifferent. Anyways, then we had the characters kind of starting to get the general sense of where to go and what to do now. As then we have, I think I think the brother might be saying this is like, okay, but where are we? Are we? As in, I might be. I don't know. Let's just start walking. As they have the sis saying, "I'm hungry, big bro." As they have the brother who's currently holding her in his arms, saying, "Can we go back to Britannia now while we are lost? We've lost our pursuers." As we have and telling him, "Not from here, we can't." As I was like, "What? Wait, so you don't know the way back home after all?" Okay, this guy is really kind of. Okay, I know I don't want to blame this guy because he's in a very unfamiliar situation in a thing that's really big problem. But okay, this guy's kind of starting to get annoying. If I mean, it's just me. Is anyone's kind of starting to get annoyed with his brother? As we have Donnie telling him, "Whoa, whoa, chill out." As we have Donnie explaining to us the situation in more depth, so this guy will hopefully finally stop complaining. As he's like, so here's the quick version. 2 years ago, we found some info that led us to the door of Camelot, the demon realm in the previous arc. At the cost of losing one of our friends, Percival, which funny thing, in the in the volume edition, there's actually gonna be a bit of an extended sequence where we're gonna have Tristan and Gawain reaction to the whole thing. Again, it didn't make it really clear where we are going, but regardless, we have that. As then we have Gopher also saying, as he's probably read Donnie's mind to get a bit of the gist, or he was just told as well, as us, yes, a warped, unstable crack in dimensional space. As then we have Donnie's coming back to the explanation, he says, right, and it's been set in place and managed by Thetis, Mage of Leonis. As then we see like a Thetis, like a chibi form of her, as we see her controlling the rift. It seems like it was moved. I guess after the whole situation, they called Thetis to come to the demon realm, or they went back to the human realm, and they put a cloak on her, and she came back. Or maybe she just initially has the cloak. Maybe Nashi told her. Maybe Nashi thought has a technique to put cloaks on people before needing. Or maybe Tethys just has a cloak in that it's able to have her survive in the demon realm. Either each one. As then we see her, then we see like a shot of a bunch of the worlds of the Camelot as she's like frozen there. As Dolly says, so as long as we can tip Tatas off about our location, she'll toss the door in our direction. I guess it's more like, I guess it's probably more complicated than just like the, but it's more or less like that. As you have Donnie being kind of serious and badass, like, but that's still our only ticket into Camelot. If we let the enemy see it, they could destroy it on us. It's pretty damn big too. We gotta carefully think about where we summon it. I like this chill kind of attitude. Shows like how much Donnie matured after the whole situation with Percival and all that. It's kind of nice seeing characters like Donnie not becoming emotionally as stable as Naziance and uh, Lancelot and possibly Tristan have become, but becoming more serious, more mature, more business, if you know what I mean. Which is kind of funny that of all the characters in the cast, it seems like Donnie responded to the whole the situation in the most mature way. Anyways, then we have a panel where Nakaba Clay wasn't able to finish drawing it completely, as we have the characters walking around. We have the little sister on Sylvan as Anne's leading the parties. The guy is just kind of looking around. Probably told to watch over for all the Chaos Knights, so they will not have to concern about them with them. As Don is just carrying Gopher, probably to reserve both everyone's strength. They will have Sylvan saying, "Give me a carrot and I'll fly you out of the hair." I think there's too many of you guys, especially on the bulky side. But for that, but regardless, Anne explains to Swan something else. Bigger concern that is no magic carrots. Okay, okay. Flying would all but tell the enemy where we are. Keep walking. So that's true. And then we have Anne notices something like, oh, look, there's a big building up ahead. A castle, maybe? As they see a castle there, which personally I would take that as a red flag, since you know who knows. Well, honestly, as far as you know, the castle could be an enemy. Me that's here, but whatever. then we have some Beast running. As we have Gopher be like, hee hee, this brings me back. As Donnie's like, huh? What does? Since, he's just doing, standard stuff. As Gopher explains to Donnie, when we retook the capital 18 years ago, Hauser gave me a ride when I was hurt, despite being my enemy. So you're referring to the first season of Saturday Sins. As we have Donnie being very happy about it, as he's just responding with, yeah, yeah, my uncle ain't all bad, right? As we have Gopher saying, you two are a lot alike. I guess this is also the reason why Don is a bit more mature because Hauser is a bit comical, but when it comes down to it, he's a serious lead, a serious knight, and eventually became the head of the Night Order, so it makes sense. As we have the brother saying, so is there really no hope for my sister? I'm surprised how chill he's about saying it since, he was freaking out about everything, so I guess maybe he's finally coming to realize that maybe he should calm down a bit. As then we have him saying, because I really want her to see her mother again, which is again more reasonable since he does not know about what the hell's going on with the Chaos Creation and all that. Then we have the beasts that were running in a few panels ago approaching everyone. As they have and be like, shh, enough chit chat for now. We have to make it out of here. We need to make it out of here first. Since that's time to be a bit more serious, as we see the giant wolves that were in the second chapter of Four Nights of the Apocalypse appearing as he's ready for his dinner. As they have Donnie freaking out like, it's the same wolf monster that we ran into Payson! Oh no! Not! Doing a little jokey thing here is he's kind of like, again, it's like supposed to be one of those like power scaling things and showing characters' growth throughout the story situation where we have Donnie who previously was so freaked out over learning what kind of wolf it was that he was kind of running back, but now he sees that he can, but now he's so confident he can defeat it on his own that he just uses telekinesis to lift the thing up and now it's helplessly floating in the air. We're like, whoa, what is going on? As then Donnie screams, you think that's gonna scare me now? Not Donnie here, let me tell you. It's a nice development. As we, again, I would say Donnie has dealt with scarier things than his wolf. I would say he would probably been able to hunt these wolves on his own in the, let's say at least in the Hell arc. But now it's even more confident. He's even more ready. As Donnie's then like, how about I toss your sorry ass to Kingdom Come? As we have Anne saying, hold it. As in Donnie turns to Anne's like, what Anne? As in Anne's like, look around you. As in Donnie looks around like, oh. As he doesn't see one that's him, but he sees four other wolves all surrounding them. In a panel where it's clear that Nakaba wasn't able to fully finish the drawing. I'm going to assume this has to do something with the extra pages and stuff that was drawn for the volumes. As Annie tells Donnie, they surrounded us, and I feel like they can still handle them. I feel like Donnie was able to lift one up and and throw him out pretty decent. I would say he could probably like throw this one to one and could probably like slice another. Then Donnie can probably Gopher can probably still like use one of his attack to deal with a wolf, and then the other Donnie throws the other one back and stuff like that. As then we have Donnie looking around. He's like, we went into the wolf's territory. As then we have the brother being useful for once as he screams, no, look at them! As they look at the wolves closer, as they see they have collars around their neck. As Donnie's like, huh? Collars? As then we have Gopher being like, apparently we are in their owner's territory. As Donnie's like, gee, and who might that master be? I feel like Donnie realized who this master is. He's just kind of, oh no. As then we have a very powerful man coming there. As he tells them, as again, unfinished drawing, which kind of ruins space around it, and kind of makes Caps disappear a bit, appears. Although his armor at least looks decent. As this person says, well, of all the unexpected guests, how did you make it over here? As in we have Donnie and Amber. oh no, as I like, it's you! As then we have Dolly screaming at him by total coincidence. How else? Which is again like one of those things where it's like it's supposed to be a coincidence, but it's so unbelievable coincidence that this has to. How the fuck is this not been planned or scheme or something? As you have this man saying, "Well, just call it fate then." All of the plot, my dear friend, the plot. As then we have Anne and Dolly getting ready to fight as Gopher has decided to disappear. As we have this one saying, wait, I don't want to fight you right now. As in Anne's like, what do you want from us? Since, she probably has her ability active right now because she can tell he's not lying because otherwise he would be pressed down. As then we have the final page of the chapters, we see Palga there saying, why don't we have a nice little conversation? As we see him there, again, like a full. Honestly, I feel like the reason why the previous chat panels look so half-assed is probably because the government wanted to finish the final page with Pelgot and all the background there, so this image would look very nice. So yeah, we have Pelgot there. So yeah, Pelgot met up with all of them. Not something I was predicting, but now it happened. Although to be fair, my defense, we did only have a few chapters ago where we had Ironside and Pelgot taking Ironside to Amalek and then presumably going to report to Arthur. So I guess there might have been a bigger gap in time than we have assumed. It's one of those classic things where you have to wonder how big of a time gap is between situations. I guess this confirms that there was a bit of a gap because I'm assuming Pelgot's in his territory, in his realm that he governs or something. I'm assuming the four evils govern certain realms or gardens, I believe is what Ironside refers to them. But yeah, we are in Pelgot's place, and yeah. Now, unfortunately, spoilers for the next chapter have already come out. I'll probably recheck them after this chapter, so there's not really much to speculate. All I'm gonna say is that they're gonna have a little talk, and I'm assuming it's gonna have to do with Percival. No, I'm not certain how this whole situation is gonna resolve itself. If Pelgot's just going to let them go, or if he's just going to I don't know. I don't think Pelgot's going to join them right now. If anything, I feel like Pelgot's gonna serve as more like that, like real world kind of situation when you have certain people in certain countries that can get along. Not everyone is a unstable maniac who needs to be put down like Ironside and Beltrepe, but some are also gonna be like Pelgot who are gonna be, friends, people you can sit down and have a drink with. Literally in this case, but yeah, that's the end of this chapter, and that's also my predictions for the next chapter. Well, again, we already know what happened next chapter, but yeah. Anyway, that's the end. Anyways, I hope you like this chapter reaction. I hope you leave your thoughts on this chapter in the comments below. Don't forget to leave a like, subscribe for more videos in the future, and with that said, I cannot wait to see all the Mortals next time. Goodbye.